Easter 2020, Easter Sunday's tomorrow, so I'm cooking Easter Sunday Finton lamb special for two. Might be a bit of overkill, but anyway, decided to document it in case it's amazing, and if it's not amazing, you won't be seeing this video. So, COVID or no COVID, start first, wash your hands. Sing the alphabet. Okay, the secret element here is a slow cooker. I'm going to slow cook the lamb for 24 hours. Now, I've looked at lots of stuff online. It says slow cook for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. But this is a big piece of lamb here, so I'm thinking 24 hours. So I'm going to go 24 hours. Going into the slow cooker over there. And I'm going to do it mainly in red wine with some stock. So red wine, cheap red wine, but just to be sure, okay, cheap white wine for cooking, I'm fully on board, so get the cheap red wine. You know, it's no point in using expensive red wine because you're going to sizzle all the alcohol out of it anyway. But in my opinion, your red wine should never be so cheap that you can't actually drink it. Yep, it's cheap red wine, kind of. Oh yeah, anyway, hard to get cheap. The less expensive it, I won't use the word cheaper. Okay, so what we want to do with a bit of red wine, this isn't switched on yet, but I am going to brown the brown the leg of lamb in a second. So what I want to do is just get this thing warmed up because it's a slow cooker, so nothing happens quick. And I'm going to switch it to high at the start. So off, low, high. I'm going to put it high at the start just to get it warmed up. Then I'm going to get this lamb here. I'm going to cut all this plastic off it, and I'll come back in a second. So this is leg of lamb with the leg taken out. So this lamb is legless. Okay. So start with that. This is probably too big for two people, but we don't have to eat it all on Easter Sunday tomorrow. So that's our meat. This is our leg of lamb. That's heating up. Leg of lamb. I'm keeping it in the netting because if you take the netting off it now, it's all just going to turn into, because it has been split open and has had the bone taken out. So this is going to keep it all together. We have to be conscious of cross contamination. So what I'm doing, rather than smearing on the mustard and then touching this and touching that, I'm getting those decanted into these little things here. So they're already done. And now, so the idea here, cover this with mustard. Alright, like this, a bit gooey. Alright, so in fact I'm gonna do it like this. Okay. And the idea is that the mustard then is going to make it even more sticky and gooey than it already is. Okay. So sticky, gooey, and yellowy. This definitely looks like a horror movie at this stage. Right, now that nicely covered in all the mustard. Right, so next, these guys are going on the top here, which is actually going to be the bottom. Okay. Okay, so turning that up, and despite the wine being nasty, the threshold for your nasty wine should be that you can actually still kind of drink it. Right, a bit more of this. Right, so I've turned this up. It's getting warm in the background here. This is, you can already see a bit of condensation on it. Okay, so I've got one side of this done. So that's just going to go straight down onto the pan here, like that. And I'm doing the other side up here. There you go. And as gruesome as this looks, it actually smells pretty good. Idea here is to seal in the joint, and trying to think about how to turn around. So I might just see if I can turn around.
Do you want tongs?
Yeah, I probably want tongs. Maybe tongs is a better idea if you don't burn your hands. Get a kind of a brown seal on this. And it's not just around the edges, we're going to really thing is it's huge for the meat for us. Seal this baby in. So when you have it browned, just straight over from the pan, and as you can see, it's pretty much a full. This is a fairly large size slow cooker. That will shrink down 30% anyway, so it'll be a lot smaller over time, and I probably will give it a little bit of spin so it's not just on the thing. But anyway, point is, that's now on and heating up. Now, you're going to clean the pan. It is off. You're going to clean the pan, clean this, and then go with the veggies. Different thing here for the carrots. Next thing is carrots. Just go through. We got carrots. We got some interesting red garlic. Yeah. We got white onions, red onions, and regular golden onions. So these are all going in with the carrots. I'm going to just season these up a bit before they go in, so I'm not going to put them in raw. I'm actually going to seal these actually, and then these actually will go in raw because they'll cook slowly in there. Garlic, I'm going to put a lot of garlic in. So this one I'm going to chop. I'm going to chop in, and this one I'm just going to put in whole segments because again 24 hours it'll take the intensity even out of the segments. So that's the next phase. Carrots I'm searing, so just give them a bit of a blast around. Again, just seal them in. So these are going to be seared. Onions chopped big chunks. Remember, 24 hours, so you don't want little stuff where it'll just turn to pulp. So everything's big and chunky. And so 4 o'clock on Easter Saturday, the idea is to have this ready by 3 o'clock on Easter Sunday. So with kind of 23 hours. So hence big chunky rather than cut it too fine. I think it'll get pulpy. So we'll see tomorrow. So carrots in. Just in around the outside here. Okay, they're a little bit browned. So this is just red wine at the moment. I am going to add some stock in a minute. I'll show you that too. So next, onions, big chunks. Okay. Now everybody says you're not supposed to fill slow cookers, or they don't work so well, but. That's a very big piece of meat. It'll all simmer down. So two more ingredients, two more primary ingredients on this. One is tomato paste. So this is going to help as a thickening. This one has no salt as well, which is good. And basically a bit of a thickening, as I say, a thickening agent. The last bit here, low sodium chicken broth. If you get it low sodium, all the better. Fresh black pepper. So, black pepper. This is a big chunk of meat. My guess is that all this stuff will get infused into the meat, so plenty more to go in here. Low sodium doesn't mean no sodium. So this is the chicken broth here. Clean that up. Put this back in the fridge and see how much this long time, even with the lid on it, we're still going to get evaporation. So we can maybe add a bit of that later on, or add a bit of red wine. Will depend on the taste. Like I said, it's red garlic. We've got two of these. So this is one. This is it, topped, tailed, and peeled. So I'm going to put one in, just in chunks like this. And then the other one I'm going to just put in a standard way. And the reason to do both is this is the one that's going to kind of infuse straight into the mix, and the full ones will hold their shape and add a little bit of extra zing in their own right, but they will be, after nearly 24 hours, they won't be so potent. Okay, in absence of some cooking string, which we couldn't find in the supermarket, I have cut up some catering tin foil, and this is a herbal bouquet. See, it looks like a bouquet, and the idea of this is that we can pop it on the top and then lift that afterwards, and it gives off its herbalness. Potatoes are on there. You can see in here we've got thyme, sage, fennel. That's about it really. Rosemary, thyme, and fresh oregano. Now, this has not been opened since we switched it on at 4 o'clock yesterday. I think it's about, what time is it? About 1:30, maybe? 1:30 next day. So this is going 20 plus hours here. I guess I don't know the exact time now. This is what it looks like. Oh my god, that smells amazing. That smells amazing. So, here's the idea. This just gonna sit on top here. And that's gonna, I don't want to sit it in or not. This is a big question. Maybe I'll just sit it in. Okay, it's in. Let's see what that does. So that's going to do that. It's going to. So the idea is to put that in for an hour, no more, so it doesn't overherb everything. These are. That's them, quartered, boiling, and so because it's Easter Sunday, we're going to do very nice mashed potatoes. So I'll show you how to do very nice mashed potatoes. No, I'm not. I will show you how I do my very nice mashed potatoes, because I'm sure you already do very nice mashed potatoes. But my mashed potatoes are probably made a slightly different way. So when they're done, mashed potatoes come in, and then I'm going to pull all that herbal bouquet out, and then the last, this is the trimming for the mashed potatoes here. And then we should be ready for Easter dinner. I think this we can pretty much get it all lined up. Okay, potatoes are boiled. Accurately measure this amount of butter. Okay, don't accurately measure any amount of butter, just throw in a good sized chunk of butter. Then, cream. There are lots of types of cream. It really doesn't matter. Some sort of fresh cream. This is single, can be double, even be triple. Then, the pièce de résistance, and cheating somewhat, black truffle oil. Oops. Yeah, spray a bit of that in there. And then, very carefully, mash. Okay, maybe not so carefully. And the great thing is you can't go wrong. If you put too much cream in, which I may have just done, you just call them creme potatoes. If you don't put enough cream in, then they're mashed potatoes with cream. So, what you realize is, chefs are never wrong. They just change the name. And that is the reason why every dish in a fancy restaurant has 20 different names. Because depending on how much they've messed it up, they actually change what they call it. These are the secrets you never knew in the kitchen. There they are. Creme potatoes. Right, very good. Now, so because it's just two of us, we're going straight to plate. Okay, 22 hours later, this baby comes out. With a shake here, and hey presto, that is a 22-hour cooked leg of lamb. Now, what we have left here, I'm hoping, is some very nicely flavored vegetables, and then I'm going to make a gravy out of the leftovers. So I'm going to fish all of the veggies out into this. Should all be nicely cooked. Haven't tasted any of this yet, mind you. And then the rest, as they say, is gravy. So gravy's just gravying up there. Just added a bit of cornstarch to thicken it up, and a string off. Wow. Okay, this is cooked perfectly all the way through. Very, very nice. Super soft. Well, I don't tend to be able to cook in anywhere, any small portions. Yeah. So, a rated wine. This will not turn a cheap wine into a good wine, but it'll turn a good wine into a slightly better wine. So, it's Easter Sunday, it's the apocalypse. Go get some good wine. Okay, alright, it's the moment of truth. I have no idea what this is going to taste like, but interesting. We live near McDonald's if it all goes badly. Hot. Wow. Bueno, as they say in Italy. That's how good it is. I couldn't even say it in English. Happy Easter.